Hello everyone, my name is Jesse Klingensmith. I'm with ABUS USA, and today we're going to go over installing the ABUS Shackle Collar onto the ABUS padlock, and that way you can permanently install and have chain attached to your padlock, alleviating the need to weld. So what I have here is our 8345 series of padlock. I actually have a cutaway version. I have our shackle collar. We have this in 3 different diameters for different shackle diameters. This is a 5/16 shackle diameter on the 8345, so I'm using the appropriate collar for the 5/16 diameter. And I'm going to use a piece of our ABUS chain. This is the 8KS chain. It is a 2-foot length with the sheath, keep you from burning your hands when it's hot out here in the summertime in Phoenix, Arizona. So to install this, all you got to do is remove the shackle, slide this on, slide on the chain, and you're done. We've done a previous video on how to change the shackle, so we'll kind of breeze through that. But the basics is we'll unlock the padlock. That's going to expose the screw. You're going to remove your Phillips screw, and that's going to allow you to drop the cylinder and the Z-bar out of the padlock. So once you have the cylinder out, make sure you get the Z-bar out as well. Because if you're using key retaining, you'll want to make sure you're using that Z-bar. If you're not using key retaining, just remove it from the lock. You do not need it. If you are using key retaining, make sure that Z-bar is at the appropriate position, where the black dot is at the 11 o'clock position on the back of the cylinder. I like to tell people up and up, so toward the top of the cylinder and toward the top of the shear line. So I have the cylinder and Z-bar ready to be reinstalled. At this point, I just need to go ahead and remove the shackle with our shackle change tool. Make sure our ball bearing stays in its slot, and then we'll slide on the collar, and then we'll slide on our chain. So now that we have the chain and the collar in the position we need it to be, we will go ahead and pick the lock back up, use that shackle change tool to get that ball bearing back in place so we can get that shackle reinstalled. Now, once you have that installed, you've now permanently fixed the chain to the padlock, alleviating the need to weld. What happens is a lot of facilities will weld the chain to the padlock, and it's going to make the chain metal weaken, it's going to make the padlock metal weaken, and it's also going to cause corrosion. It's never good to see corrosion and rust stains all over your brand new concrete when you're putting in a new facility and you need some perimeter security. So at this point, all you have to do is reinstall the cylinder and your lock is good to go. So once again, make sure your Z-bar is in the appropriate position if you're using key retaining. Slide your cylinder back into the lock, make sure it seats flush. That screw in there nice and tight. And now your lock is permanently fixed with a piece of chain. So now you have your lock with a piece of chain installed, and once you go ahead and have it installed, both loops of the chain fit in and you can re-lock your lock. And this is now a perfect setup for your perimeter security, your fence, your gates, your K through 12s, your municipalities, even the United States Post Office uses something like this. So that's how you do it. It's just a couple of extra pieces you need to order, but all you got to do is slide that collar on to the inactive end of the shackle, slide on the chain, and then just simply reinstall it onto the lock. Thank you everybody for watching the ABUS YouTube channel, and we'll be doing another video soon.